Who's going to start?
I could go.
Okay.
So from this advanced batch, my wow moments were firstly like the activity, like we had an activity about assumptions on someone in this group, on like any randomly allotted partner in this group, and I feel like the realization from that assumptions are very commonly made, and that they in a lot of cases will be wrong. I think that realization or learning was very valid. Secondly, I felt like learning about loyal customers, specifically about like how to make sure that a customer keeps coming back to you. I feel learning about that was also a very huge wow moment for me. And finally, like the whole business canvas and each detail of that, I loved every part of that. And other insights which I found interesting were why customers won't buy. So, like for example, this includes a customer might not buy because they have a certain brand loyalty towards another brand, or they're lazy, or we as entrepreneurs are not marketing correctly, or we don't have enough credibility, and also the timing may be wrong. So these, and also the insight about how co-founders are very important, and I feel like personal experience with that as well. So those were some interesting insights for me. What I want to learn more about after this course is definitely the specifics of communicating with clients and investors, like when to know what to say and what not to say. I feel like that's very important, and I want to go deeper into that.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who's going to go next? Quickly, I shouldn't call out the name.
May
Okay, Yeva.
Okay, so
I?
1 minute. Aku, let Yeva do it, and after Yeva, you do it. Yeah.
Okay, ma'am.
Thank you.
yeah, so the wow moment was probably the case studies, because it was really nice to be able to relate a real life situation with whatever we were learning. The Practo, Big Basket, Book My Show, I really liked all the case studies. And then another thing I learned was that it's really important to have a co-founder, because again, you get like different ideas and opinions about your brand, which will just help your brand grow. And also that there might be people who would want to bring you down and not believe in your brand, but as long as you believe in it and you know that there is a need in the market, you should like go ahead with it, be confident and do it. But of course, do your research, do your homework, and then do it, and know your customers, and know your customers very well, research about them, just like, in the Band Baja Barat movie also we saw that, you really need to know everything about your customers to convince them. And also to be sort of have something very unique in your brand that will make people want to you know like trust your brand and use your brand. So yeah, that's what I learned. And what I'd want to learn more is honestly like how do I still don't understand how to like if I want to start whatever I'm doing, how do I like go about that, like what's the first step? So yeah,
All right.
like I'll have my idea, etc. But now if I really want to launch it, how would I do that?
All right. So, thank you.
Can I go next?
Yeah. Akul is taking turn, then you take. Okay?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
Yes,
After someone continue.
Yes, Akul.
May I?
Yes,
Start?
please. Yes.
Yes, ma'am, I learned from that advanced course, ma'am. Like ma'am, if we have a team, ma'am, we all have to have a common interest. Like we all need to work together to like complete a work, or be a team. And also, I also learned that like a co-founder is not anyone. You need to you need to have some trust in him, so that like whenever you are at the at a low point, he can help you and bring you back. So, and one of the things that if whenever you have an idea, you should always have a front view and a back view. The back view should be known by you, and the front view is for the world. So, like on the behind of the customer, something else is going on, but you can show them in a different way. So like this is, I think this is the like you manipulate the customer, but you also need to respect your customer as per your need. Like the customer should also be happy and all, and you should always be truthful to your customer.
All right. Thank you. Yes, Amita.
Yeah. So for me, I had two main wow moments. I think the first one was the psychological factors, like when it comes to the customer's decision. I think when I thought about like a customer and the decisions they make while buying something or showing interest, it's a lot deeper than what you like originally think. There's so many unconscious decisions that people make, and that was kind of like, that was really interesting for me. Something I didn't realize. The second one was the whole idea of creating a need. So for me, when I like originally, my whole like all my ideas were based off problems that I found around me, and I never thought about creating a need. So that's when I started moving on to these entertainment ideas. Otherwise, it was all like okay, I have a problem here, I can fix it, then I'll have like assured customers. So things like that. Those are my two main wow moments. And for me, I want to learn more and like understand how to like continue a business, like maintaining once you have like you kickstarted it, what are the things you have to keep in mind to keep it running smoothly, and what are the different options you have once you started I think I forgot what the term is, but when you start making profits and you get like well into the business. So that's something I want to learn more about.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, so my wow learnings were one thing was how prediction is very important. I learned that was like a very important thing. So like that really wowed me. And then the second one was customer relationships. That was also a great learning experience, as I learned here that depending on your customer base, the customer relationship can be high or low. For example, Prada, which is like a luxury clothing brand, has a high customer relationship as the customers need a lot of attention, while companies like probably Reliance don't have high customer relationship as the customer base is high and they deliver to the masses. And finally, the SWOT analysis. I also think that this was extremely important as I got to know my team better, and also I got to know myself better. So these three were my wow moments. Then what I want to learn more, I want to learn like what aspects do we need to consider while convincing investors, as persuasion is like a key element uh, in like being an entrepreneur. Like I feel like I want to know a bit more over there. So yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you. Yes, who is taking next?
Yeah.
Can I go next? So the things you know, the thought process I had after coming to the sessions were, like, like you don't know that you need more knowledge. Like you don't know that you have to know more about business. You think, okay, this is enough. I can start my business. But when you understand, you feel, okay, there's so much. Okay, so what is next? So maybe I'm still not fully done. So this whole thing, I guess, the whole concept of being an entrepreneur is keep learning. You will never stop learning. So as things come up, and you can't keep complaining, oh, I didn't learn this before. So you keep going, you get in the right moment, you understand it. Another thing was, just like Samita said, starting your business, okay, you can start, it's going to be new. But as you grow up, you're going to have competition. So you should still have your business in the lead. So maybe I need to learn more about how to keep your business stable, because even if it doesn't go on a higher scale, it should never go on a loss. So consistency is very important, I feel. Another thing is feedback you have to get from people. And one more thing I realized was, all these are just in the book, in the pen and paper. The concept is in my head, but the people today are different. They are not that comfortable, because people are today totally involved in digital, in online stuff. So now when I go and tell them, okay, you will have someone to treat you, to talk to you, to make you understand your emotional. So that would be something
backdated for them. That's how they would feel. Like, it's, come on, you're growing up and then you're going back to talking to person. So to put it into action, I guess I have to get real life people. I need to go around people and ask them if they would do it, because I can't assume. Assumptions can just toss up and down. So yeah, to make practically, will it work? I am still yet to see. Even though my idea is strong, my business is strong, it's a new thing, no one has tried. But that was same as the nano. People thought, okay, they would buy it, but from the people's point, they didn't. I mean, they aim for a better thing. They wouldn't buy nano. So what if people think my business is that way, and they shift? So I have to understand the people. So instead of more than like assuming, I need to go practically and ask people and do. So I guess that's where feedback becomes a very important part. Thank you.
Thank you. Who's going next?
Can I go next, Miss?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, Kashu.
I learned I'm not able to switch on my video right now, Miss. So, I learned that there's a lot of hard work and detail that goes into running a successful business. And we also looked into a lot of successful businesses, but there are other businesses that aren't very successful. So we have to, so I learned that there are negatives and positives to a business. And to improve that, we have to take feedback and change parts of it where you could improve. And I also understood the importance of a co-founder and that you can't do everything alone. So that's one of my key takeaway. And something I would like to learn is how to take action on your idea, because everything's there, but you don't really know what to do next and how to make something different. Like my idea, it's already in the market, so I'm not sure how to make it different. So that's one thing I would want to know.
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Who's taking?
Ma'am, can I go next?
Yes, Lisha.
Lisha.
Okay. After Lisha, Pratyush will take it. Yes, Lisha. You went on mute, Bache. Lisha, you're on. Yeah.
Ma'am, if Pratyush wants to go first, he can.
No problem. You
It's
start.
okay.
You start.
Okay. Ma'am, so basically, when we started this program, I was like, I was into a lot of things at that point. Like I was into, like my love for people, like psychology, understanding people, like mental health, dance, art, creative, like anything creative. So I was like, how do I bring all of these things together? Because I was like confused, like at one point, which is why I chose this program. But then I was like, you know what? Like, why do I have to settle? Like, why do I have to stick to one thing? Like, if I want to go into a dance career, like, why do I have to stick to it? Like, can't I do everything? Like, I mean, I know that sounds kind of, stupid at this point, but because obviously you can't do everything. But what if you can incorporate all of those things into one business, which is why the values which I base this entire idea on are creativity, passion, and obviously being fearless to just go out there and get the life of your dreams.
All right.
Yes, and I'm like, there was this light bulb moment the second we ended with the last week's Sunday class, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this could actually be something tangible. Like I can actually do this. Like I can, yeah. So that just made me so happy.
Great.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa. Yes, Pratyush.
So for me, it was actually like related to the case studies when we would see like how big businesses, like stuff like Big Basket and all, such huge names nowadays. I was really like wowed by how they started and how they were able to build up, and like the fact that even now, based on the what do you say, like book my show and all that, based on the statistics that we got from like 1 or 2 years back, like I was surprised that they were still running under losses. Like the only big company that I know that is still in debt is Flipkart, but that's because they were owned by something else. Like there was some story behind that. I didn't think that it was such a common thing among these big names, and to see them be like so successful, and also that was something that really wowed me. And something that I wanted to see more was, I know it won't be possible in this class because each of us has different ideas, but I really wanted to see like specificities, like for our idea, maybe like exactly how we can like make it into this sort of business, exactly how we can do stuff like that. Like I wanted to see that. I know it wasn't feasible, but it's just something that I wanted to learn as well.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Amulya, you are left.
Yeah. So the wow moments, first one was like I mentioned in the previous session today, that how much I knew about the idea, but I didn't write it down, so I didn't realize how much I had thought it through. And another one was when you told us that it's not just that you pitch the idea, you have to pitch yourself as an entrepreneur. So I never realized I'd have to show other people that I'm capable of doing this. I thought if my idea is good enough and my plan is good enough, then they'll see it. But I'd never realized that I'd have to pitch myself to other people. And then there's the next part was, I wrote it down as end of course notes, but I forgot the question.
It's about any interesting insights, or what do you want to learn more?
More, well, I'd like to know if I'm missing something, because like someone said in the previous session, one of them, they said I try looking at it through the customer's perspective, but I haven't even finished learning everything as an entrepreneur for me to look at it through the customer's perspective. And it's not just the customer who's there, there's the vendor, there's other people you work with to build the business. So I want to like look at my business through their perspective to see if it would actually work and if there's something I'm missing.
Okay, great. Thank you, everybody. So these are wow moments for us.
Thank you so much, guys. Yeah.